Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Syabib Elias and my matric card number is 01 DKB 19F1014.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ismail Syam. My matric number is 01 DKB 19F1034.
My name is Muhammad Tasharul Aidin. My matric card number is 01 DKB 19F 1036.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Syahira binti Syahisa. My matrix cards number is 01 DKB 19F 1028.
My name is Muhammad Afiq Ikwan and my matric numbers is 01 DKB 19F0139.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Rashana Adura binti Abdul Rahman with my registration number 01 DKB 19F1031.
So in this video, we're going to explain some of the Islamic banking concept.
What is Islamic banking? Islamic banking, also referred to as Islamic finance or Sharia compliant finance, refers to finance or banking activities that adhere to Sharia or Islamic law. Two fundamental principles of Islamic banking are the sharing of profit and loss and the prohibition of the collection and payment of interest by lenders and investors. The principles of Islamic banking are derived from the Quran, the central religious text of Islam. In Islamic banking, all transactions must be compliant with Sharia, the legal code of Islam, based on the teaching of the Quran. The rules that govern commercial transactions in Islamic banking are referred to as fiqh al-mu'amalat.
Ijarah wa iktina. Ijarah wa iktina is also called as al-ijarah muntahiyah bitamlik. Like a ijarah tumbabai, it may involve both a lease contract and a sale contract. In Islamic Sharia, it is allowed that instead of sale, the lessor signs a separate promise to give the lease asset to the lease at the end of the lease period, subject to his payment of all amounts of rent. This arrangement is called ijarah wa iktina. It has been allowed by a large number of contemporary scholars and is widely acted upon by the Islamic banks and financial institutions. The validity of this arrangement is subject to two basic conditions. One, the agreement of ijarah itself should not be subjected to sign in the promise of sale or gift, but the promise should be recorded in a separate document. 2. The promise should be unilateral and binding on the promisor only. It should not be bilateral promise binding on both parties, because in this case, it will be a full contract effected to a future date, which is not allowed in the case of sale or gift.
Now I will continue with my part, that is Al-Qardu Hasan. From the legal point of view, the main ingredient of a Qardul Hasan contract is a loan that is not contaminated in any way by riba. There is a lender and a borrower with no reference to a market, which might want the impression that there should be a price for it. The relationship between lender and borrower is one of a creditor and debtor, and the principle of the money loaned out remains the responsibility of the borrower. The lender cannot demand his dues before the end of the contract period. Funds in this form are advanced to both real and legal entities with the aim of providing humanitarian assistance and creating financial strength for members of society who lack the wherewithal to meet their general and existential needs. When Qardul Hasan is given to a real person, that is a household, It may be just for humanitarian and individual welfare purpose. Many Muslim countries have had long experience of this type of finance, and such funds have been set up as private institutions among many believers. They are quite often short-term humanitarian arrangements based on Quranic teaching to help people meet an immediate need. They borrow money can be used for a variety of purposes, including the purchase of household durable goods. Such behavior, using independent utility functions, produce and develop a brotherly feeling among people within and between the household involved. These interest-free loans are in line with Quranic injunction to honor society as wise regents of Allah SAW.
Now I will talk about Bai Asalam. Bai Asalam is a sale agreement that involves advance payment of the goods that delivered to us later. According to the general law, no sale can be affected unless the goods are existed at the time of the beginning. But this sort of sale form are an exception to the general rule, provided the goods are defined, the price is paid in advance, and the date of the delivery is fixed. The object of this sale are mostly fungible things and cannot be gold or silver because they are regarded as a monetary value. Bearing this, Bai Asalam cover almost all the things that are capable of being definitely described as the quantity, quality, and workmanship. One of the conditions of this contract is advance payment. The parties cannot be reserved their option of rescinding it, but they have an option. But the option of revoking is on account of the defect in the subject matter is allowed. In other words, no parties can keep the option to rescinding it, but they have an option to rescinding the goods when they have a defect of the goods on the goods. So it is also applied to the mode payment, a mode of financing adopted by Islamic banks. It is usually applied in the agriculture sector, where the bank advances money for various input to receive a share in the crop that the bank sell in the market. See also para salam. Thank you.
Bai al-istijara is a form of sale whereby the buyer keeps on taking the goods from the seller as and when needed, with or without settling the price, and then settle the account later on. For example, a person keeps on taking meat from a butcher as and when needed and pay him at the end of a month. Alternatively, it also applies to a situation where a person deposits the price in advance but receives the good later on in installments. Example, paying annual subscription of a journal in advance and receiving the journal on its publication.
Arahnu is Islamic pawnbroking for short-term collateralized borrowing. The development of Arahnu in Malaysia provides an alternative pawnbroking service for borrowers, which is in accordance to Sharia principle. Advantage of Arahnu: compared against conventional pawn shop and unsecured personal loan, Arahnu has certain advantages, which is number one, no interest or riba involved. Interest or riba is prohibited in Islam. Only safekeeping fees as agreed will be charged on pledged item. Number 2. Pawn items will be in the same condition as before. When items are redeemed, there will be no problem such as shorter or lighter gold chains, which can sometimes happen with conventional pawnbrokers. I guess that's all from us. Thank you, madam.